Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Long Island Legends podcast, the only podcast dedicated to showcasing the most legendary talent right here on our Long Island community. And today I am joined by Adam Haber, who is the co-founder and CEO of Trellus. Welcome to the show.
Jeremiah, thank you. Legend status, I don't know, but I appreciate it.
So I'm going to give a little background about the company that you founded. It's a technology-driven commerce and logistics company enabling small businesses to compete more efficiently and effectively with large e-commerce platforms. Over the last 4 years, you've led Trellus from concept to execution, building a same-day delivery and e-commerce infrastructure designed for affordability, reliability, and scale. Your company leverages proprietary batching and routing technology to help reduce delivery costs while improving speed and unit economics.
Wow, you say that so much better than I do.
Well, I try. So I also have somebody that's really good at laying that out
There
for
you
me,
go.
and
Well.
putting it in simplistic terms. So a little bit about your company. I know you've completed 200,000 plus deliveries in the New York metro area. Now you've moved to the North Bay area of San Francisco. What got you into the e-commerce space?
You know, so much more has happened since you put that together in the last 3 or 4 weeks, believe it or not. But what got me into the space was I'm an entrepreneur, always have been. I've done everything, and I got my master's and doctorate in knowing how to lose money. But you don't make the same mistake twice. I was on Wall Street, into real estate, as you are, actually on the West Coast in a significantly sized commercial real estate company, which I love. Built some spec houses in the Hamptons back in the day, funded startups, used to own a couple of restaurants in the city. One was a Michelin-starred restaurant, and I loved seeing how things were formed and created. And I thought, hey, I've done what I want. I don't need any more stake. My house is paid for. My kids' college is paid for. Let me try and get involved politically. And I got to silver. I lost 3 times. I came in second, which is good if you're an Olympian, not good if you're a politician.
Or a fighter.
A fighter, yes.
Yeah.
Unless you get a big payday, which
Yeah.
doesn't hurt. But the bottom line is I saw every politician say, shop local, shop local, shop local. And there's absolutely no way to do it. It's Amazon or Walmart or big e-commerce. Everybody
Target.
getting their butts kicked. E-commerce is now a quarter of all sales, retail sales. And there isn't a company like mine in America. And that's the genesis of the idea behind it.
Okay. You talked about what got you interested in that, but what do you think as far as other commerce companies, specifically when you say there isn't a company like it? What do you mean by that?
So our business model is pretty simple. We started as a logistics company, which I didn't want to do, but we needed to really win over these small businesses. When I interviewed hundreds of them before we launched and raised some money, is the same reoccurring theme. We need the ability to get our products into the hands of our consumers locally, fast and efficiently. We can't afford a driver, car, gas, insurance. It's $70 grand a year before we do a delivery. And we need to be driven sales without getting ripped off. My son sells on Amazon. He did 90 grand in sales last year for his pet product company, and he lost $4,000. I mean, they literally have algorithms to destroy you. So I did some research, and there isn't an aggregate marketplace in a concentrated area that offers same-day delivery in America that only focuses on small businesses and independent artisans. It doesn't exist. So we invented this segment, and there's a reason why it doesn't exist. It's really hard to get a mom-and-pop store who's got an AOL and no website to change the way they do business. They still think, I want people coming in. Well, it snowed Saturday and Sunday. How many people do you think shopped on Amazon? So we launched this beautiful interface. It's called Trellus, and the website is bytrellus, TRELLUS.com. We're Long Island wide. We do logistics for about 1,000 businesses, but we really did this to create a marketplace. We've got 165 on Long Island. We've got 65 in the North Bay of San Francisco. We have plans to scale nationally. We're just limited by capital, so we're growing slower. But we'll talk about it in a bit. But when you start something, there's usually a pivot. Even when you start any business, you figure something else out, and I'm happy to go into that in a bit.
Okay. So talk to me more about that, because it sounds like when you started this up, right, like there was maybe some resistance on the business side of things, the local businesses. Did that lead to this pivot?
It came to us. That's a good question. Like I'm speaking at the Northport Chamber tonight.
Okay.
It took us months to get people engaged, 5 or 6 people sign up. Now 60 or 70 sign up every month versus just 5 or 6 every month. So merchants want to be on there. The goal is to get consumers like 25 to 50-year-old women who are busy is our prime target, and to get them to change behavior. We don't have billions of dollars like DoorDash and Uber did. Remember when it was $25 to go to the airport in an Uber and you got addicted and now it's 110?
Yeah.
Well, they spent billions of dollars to acquire and create new consumer behavior, which is what Amazon did too. We don't have that luxury. So we're partnering with different people to do that. But what we found was a huge open opportunity that delivering heavy packages is extremely costly through UPS. And I'm talking 10 to 50 pounds. And who delivers heavy packages? Wineries. Well, where do we have wineries? Well, we're in northern San Francisco. And I'm actually going to a trade show in Portland, Oregon. The wineries, a UPS package costs $60 to ship ground same day, next day in the state. We could do it for half the cost faster. And when I started scratching the surface in upstate New York, we were doing food bank delivery for Island Harvest. There's a company that does delivery to your home. Food is medicine. They give you an 18-pound box. And UPS was next day, the food was getting destroyed. Great. So food banks, wineries, and then ranches. You want to get 30 pounds of steaks delivered to your house within a certain region? That works. So wineries, food banks, ranches, and farms need this service.
Okay.
And we are literally going all in as not a pivot, but a separate segment to help fund the company.
Okay. So back to like the local businesses, right? Because obviously there's that component, but there's only so many wineries, there's only so many ranches, right? But when you talk about, your average deli, butcher shop, etc., how do you get them to buy in? What is the pitch to them that obviously it's, of course, hey, you're going to reach more customers, but easier said than done, right? How do you actually get them on board to buy into this?
Well, we purposely don't do hot food because DoorDash and Uber Eats are just a little bit more well-financed than we are. So we go after the non-hot food segment, which includes candies, chocolates, butchers, seafood, and we already work with a ton of them. I mean, if you wanted to get something from a butcher that you haven't tried before, or fish, it could be at your house in a couple hours. That's how we work. The first few are hard, and then when this butcher's on, they don't want to be left out, and then success breeds success. So the first couple years were tough. We've seen a massive influx of merchants. We have no problem signing up merchants because we only take 10% of the sale.
Okay.
We give these merchants the ability to deliver on demand and just pay us $8 within 5 miles and $1.75 a mile. They love it. We do, yes, how we've gotten hundreds of thousands of deliveries. The billion-dollar thing is getting people to not shop on Amazon because they've made it so convenient. Well, we've made it faster to get really good products. And we're running some promos for Valentine's Day where, hey, you want flowers, chocolates, you want to get jewelry. We try and get every type of business on our platform, more towards mid or high-end gifting, but no hot food.
Okay. I can tell you, like, we're in an age of convenience, right? The schedules, as a father of 3, right? 3 small children, all in travel.
We have sporting goods stores on our platform, lifestyles. You can literally have a soccer cleats if you forget them or shin guards.
So to that point, right? A lot of times, like with my kids' travel schedule, right? We go to hot food. My son sometimes will have 3 hours on the ice, right, playing hockey. He's got like an hour window of time that he can eat, right? So a lot of times during that window, I will DoorDash him something. Could be sushi, a burger, etc., right? Our schedules, just as human beings right now, especially here on Long Island, like the amount that parents are involved with the logistics of getting here, there, and everywhere, right? What you're offering now, it's almost like a third parent, so to speak, right?
I've already raised my kids, but I'm happy to be called Papa.
Yeah, right? But like it's a third parent. It's, if you don't have grandparents, right? It's that extra person, that extra set of hands. It's like 2 people don't cut it anymore to get everything done that you need to get done with how busy our
You're in the
schedules.
thick of it.
Yeah.
You're in the war right now. I remember what that was like. It's exhilarating and exhausting.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why we think we're a great service. No Dick's Sporting Goods, no CVS, no Target, Walmart, Best Buy, only small independent businesses on our platform, local bookstores, you name it. Our goal is to get you shopping and supporting local with convenience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just click and buy, and it magically shows up. Same day, scheduled. We do a lot of food, but all the stuff you need to run your family, there's drugstore stuff on there. There's sporting goods, jewelry, clothing. the more merchants, the more people will show up. But getting you to change your habits, because, oh my God, it's 11 o'clock and my kid's got a soccer game tonight. I need a pair of sneakers, cleats, and shin guards. Well, bam, literally will show up.
Yes. It's funny. My wife, to that point, and again, this is not shopping local, but talking about convenience. She had her. So I'm in real estate. I buy, renovate, and resell homes. She's the attorney for the business, right?
Oh, it's a nice operation.
Yeah, it's got its ups and downs, So
you can't fire your wife though.
no, I can't. That would be bad. So we were on the plane to Florida last year, and her laptop died on the plane. She wound up through Uber Eats getting a brand new MacBook sent. We stayed at the Disney Polynesian Hotel. We were
Good
going
for you.
and she had a new laptop sent to her, right? But like you said, when you talk about shopping locally, those things aren't always available. My question though is, I know, like, for instance, she'll do a lot with like Instacart for like Costco. And the thing is, well, Costco jacks up the price of those goods, right, to pay for this service, because if you go into the store, it's much cheaper. What goes on with you guys?
You really touched on an interesting point about shopping psychology. So we've done a ton of research. We have a full in-house marketing team, full support and sales and customer success. And what we found, and the research backs it up, is people like free delivery more than they do a discount. So yes, your Costco 30 roll of toilet paper is $22 in the store, but it's $30 online with free delivery. It's just you're paying for it. No, someone's got to pay that driver. It's not you can't sell a really cheap item and be profitable without charging or baking the cost in. So we don't sell commodities. We're not selling a phone charger or toilet paper. We're more towards items you need to live every day, gifts, consumables. We really have an incredible array of chocolate companies on our platform. That's our model. But yes, there is no such thing as free delivery. You're paying for it, and somebody's paying for it.
Sure.
And we bake it in. If you buy on our platform, we're building a business. We will deliver anything you buy in Trellus anywhere on Long Island.
Okay.
It's not going to be forever, but we're trying to do what Uber did and build loyalty. So this Valentine's Day, if this airs before then, you're sitting at your desk. You could buy everything you need and more from the comfort of your home and support a local business. Last point, and I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, by all means.
People say and do different things. If I told you 20 years ago, would you put all your personal information online for people to comment and criticize you? You'd say, no way. Well, Facebook's a $1 trillion company. People say they want to shop local, but given the opportunity, what they really want is speed, convenience, and cost. So we're trying to give that at a fraction of the cost that Amazon and DoorDash and Uber and Instacart do. But we are the only aggregation of small businesses, no chains allowed, in America that lets you shop local.
Awesome. As the CEO, what does your day look like, right? What is the responsibilities that you're taking on? Because to grow this company, right, like, you need a great team around you, but you need somebody, the visionary, to lead the charge.
Every day I like chaos. I was a commodity derivatives trader in the trading pit where you yell and scream. And
most entrepreneurs do, like myself.
If I had to sit at the same desk for 30 years, I'd just stick my head in the oven. But I really enjoy meeting people across the country, creating from scratch. I've done it many times. And my day varies. Today, we have this podcast. I have 2 calls by Zoom. I'm speaking to the Chamber of Commerce in Northport tonight. I'm also expanding the delivery network, preparing for a trade show in Portland all this week, getting all the stuff printed together. It's chaos. So if you don't like, if you don't mind there being a lack of structure, then you already, are 80% of being a CEO.
Yes.
If you need your peanut butter jelly sandwich cut with the crust off every day and your juice just so, not for you.
Yes. What does the hierarchy of the company look like as far as the people that you have involved that are supporting this vision?
I've got 2 great partners. I couldn't do this myself. I'm the handsome face in front of the camera and I'm meeting folks. My partner, Brian Berkery, is in charge of marketing. He's based out of Long Beach. Jared Jensen's the CTO. He's in charge of tech. We have 23 full-time employees here in New York.
Does that include the drivers?
No.
Okay.
We are a real company. Growing. It's 23 full-time employees created from scratch in good-paying jobs here on Long Island, and customer success, sales. We have our own development team in-house. We have our own driver network with driver directors.
Okay.
And we have 3 sales reps in Sonoma County, California, and we have about Well over 100 drivers in our stable,
Okay.
and growing. We get the cream of the crop because we pay a little better, and they get their tips, and they're gig drivers.
Yes.
But
Do they also drive for Uber
yeah,
Eats?
many
and-
do,
Yeah.
many
Okay.
do. But we actually put an ad out for a driver. We get 40 in a day.
Okay.
We take the best 5 or 6. We actually have a training program. With DoorDash, you can literally start driving in an hour, and they just want volume. We are more into a curated customer experience. We, of course, want volume, and our tech allows for routed deliveries up to 100 miles away where we only charge an incremental distance. So we could deliver, and we do, from farms that are out in the East End to the Queens border. And we do dog food manufacturer does routes and meal kit companies. They love our model because it's much less expensive than having your own car and gas and driver. But no, we have a full-fledged company growing. We're raising a Series A, $5 million. So if any
Okay.
well-heeled investors want to jump into what we think is an amazing opportunity, Adam Haber at Trellus, please reach out.
Okay. When you created this startup, what was the biggest challenges aside from what we talked about with the resistance from the merchants? What were the biggest challenges that you faced?
So I'm 60, and I don't look 60, but I am 59.
look
I usually
60.
pass for 59.
I was going to give you 57. All right.
Bingo. I'd love it. I still love to be in my 50s. But I'm not a tech developer. So the biggest challenge for me, and I had this idea for a while, was finding people I could trust to help me grow it. I'm good at meeting people. I love what I do, so it's not even selling. I know how to manage things. I've done it many times. I had a commodity derivatives trading company. I had restaurants. I've been on boards. But you can't do this if you give up. If you're a control freak, don't do it.
Sure.
So I needed to surround myself with really good people, and I have 2 great partners, Brian and JR, who help me, and this is what helps, every day. We all stay in our lane. We have a democracy. If 2 of us agree, we go forward, which works really well when I'm one of those 2, and it doesn't work well when I'm not. But that's how democracy works, and so far, so good.
Okay. And those 2 have been with you from the beginning?
From day one.
Okay.
We literally had the idea before COVID, but by the time we coded it and had a basic model, it was February of 21.
Okay. So it was before COVID, and then during COVID, basically, you were putting this all together, and then in February of 21, you launched.
We launched with 3 or 4 customers doing logistics for them.
Now, when you say logistics, what do you mean by that, just in case someone doesn't understand?
So right here is a great, they make spirits. I can't believe I'm flaking on the name of them, but they make their own liquor out of
Okay.
their store. We're actually having the meeting tonight there for the Northport Chamber.
Okay.
He needed us for delivery.
Okay.
So that's what so that you sign up for Trellus, you have access to our marketplace if you want to, or you just use us for logistics. We charge as we go. It's $7.99 for the first 5 miles, $1.75 a mile after that. You have a route, we just charge from the last stop. So for him to do 3 bottles of his very fine vodka, and I'm sorry I'm flaking on his name right now, but
That's
he's a really
okay.
good guy right here in East Northport. It's much cheaper to use us than to ship it or use his own driver. So we have almost 1,000 businesses we do that for, but he's also on our marketplace selling his premium distilled liquors. So,
Long Island residents, do you have a house that you want to potentially sell off market, your terms, your timeline, your way, or do you know of somebody that could benefit from that? Then definitely give us a call. You can reach out to us at 631-333-SELL. The number is below, or visit our website at SuffolkCountyHouseBuyers.com. And for any deal that you refer over to us where you are not the seller, the first deal you refer to us, we pay a $5,000 referral fee. The second deal, we pay a $10,000 referral fee. And get this, the third deal that you refer to us, we will split the profits with you 50-50. And some of our deals are multiple 6 figures, so this can be a life-changing amount of money. It could pay for weddings, it could pay for college, anything that you choose from. So please take advantage of this great opportunity. Once again, we're looking for off-market opportunities where a seller wants to sell on their terms, their timeline, their way. Now, these customers of yours, have you been able to get insights as to how their businesses have grown and how their revenue has increased as a result of this?
Yeah, and be able to, we integrate with Shopify. So if you're a small business owner and you want to offer curbside pickup, same day delivery, national delivery, we're enabling you as a business owner to offer what consumers want. So, for example, there's a dark store in Roslyn called KDJ. You never heard of it unless you have a tween kid who shops for high-end clothing, but they crush it. And we get orders for them for delivery every day because mom wants that special bar mitzvah shirt for their kid. And they, at checkout, we've had people pay $100 to have things delivered 50 miles because their kid has to have that $60 XYZ at night. And that's only through Trellus. So we've expanded that business's reach, and they absolutely love it because they only pay as they go. It's a great model.
Sure.
Really works on volume.
Beyond the New York, Long Island area, obviously the Bay Area, what are some other areas you're targeting?
So we are expanding as we speak in upstate New York. We work with two businesses launching February 9th. One is called Headwaters Food Hub. You literally could buy bulk high-end foods from them. They ship all over the state. We are working with Autumn Harvest Farm, same thing, a meat company. We're meeting with the Finger Lakes Wine Association to do liquor. We have a booth at the Oregon Wine Symposium, February 2nd through 4th, to do that. So we're expanding our logistics platform throughout New York, throughout Oregon, and Northern California. And we've reached out and had conversations with food banks across America. Unfortunately, there is a massive need for home delivery to the food insecure, which includes seniors, disabled folks, and veterans. And now with what's going on a national scale, people are afraid to leave their homes if they're not documented. They still have to eat. Millions and millions and millions of people aren't being served. So this model is hitting a nerve, and this is where it's not a pivot, but there is this midline, not local, not national, with a 100-mile same-day and scheduled delivery of heavier items. It's a $1 billion opportunity.
Yes. No, I would definitely agree. When we talk about the importance of shopping local, right? I know that's the center of your mission and everything behind this company. Why is that so important to you?
You've done this before. It's not your first rodeo, huh?
It's not my first one, but I'm not Oprah either, you know?
We love Oprah. Well, I took my son to college. He went to Wake Forest, let's call it in 2017.
Okay.
Great school, Winston-Salem. Driving from the airport to the school, there was a Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Dollar Store, Wendy's. 5 miles later, Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Dollar Store, Wendy's. 5 miles later, kept repeating. I'm like, God, you can give me a house here, and I wouldn't take it. Then you go to Huntington. You go to, Long Beach. You go to, some of the amazing villages in the East End, Manhasset, the village of Roslyn. Walkable downtowns, character, the business owner knows your name. That's where I want to live. And if you have a thriving downtown community, your home values are higher. People are happier. They know their neighbors better. You live in the middle of America. I call it the crust. Like the crust of the coast is where a lot of the small businesses are. And the bread is chain store America. It's just, I want to live in communities where there's everything you need in downtown before Walmart came and destroyed everything.
So to that point, I mean, do you think that there are some regions, areas where Trellus would just
Oh my God, yes. I wake up in the middle of the night wishing I had unlimited capital because San Francisco is a great one, Portland, Oregon is a great one, New York Metro we're already pushing, but Westchester, North Jersey would be amazing. The whole corridor from Boston down to D.C., Philly, D.C., Boston, amazing place for Trellus. South Florida would work really well. In the center of the country, the main place I think we would do is either Madison, Wisconsin, or Austin, Texas. So we're only limited by our capital, hence the Series A I'm raising. But there is unlimited opportunity because we're going to be adding national delivery at checkout. So if you're sitting at home in Des Moines, Iowa, making up a village, and you want to get a really cool case of wine from Sonoma and the latest fashions from the Hamptons, there's nowhere to do it in one marketplace. Like we're building this alternative to Amazon where it's like Etsy, eBay, 1-800-Flowers, Drizzly, DoorDash, and Amazon had a baby, and only small businesses are allowed so they don't compete against each other in the Hunger Games. That's the model.
It was an interesting way of putting it, but
that's what it is.
But that's exactly what it is. I would have never thought. As you move forward, right, and you talk about pivot, but it sounds like it's less of a pivot and more so adapting to what the market and what people's needs are. What do you see as the next thing that helps elevate Trellus beyond what you initially envisioned?
Other than a huge chunk of money coming in and dropping on top of my head, like I'm the Monopoly man, we know that there's regional opportunities for marketplace. So Rochester, Ithaca is a really fertile ground for makers. It could be artisans, it could be farms, it could be distilled wines, or creators. There could be hyper local marketplaces on there where we could just offer limited products, and people in the area know that they could shop at a really cool farm all in one place, or expanding into other regions. But one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this is we have a lot of development work to do. It's to buy on a platform that looks really easy, takes an insane amount of work above my pay grade, but adding national delivery at checkout, adding the ability to run flash sales or discounts, having like a home shopping network, Chocolate Mondays, where we feature 3 chocolate artisans. And there's so much opportunity. It's incredible. But getting notoriety, like coming on this podcast and reaching out to folks to make them aware of it and having them try it and like, oh, this is pretty cool. It's a lot of work. And I mean, more than I expected, but it keeps me getting out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. Since you started, obviously a lot has changed, right? Inflation has gone through the roof, right? The cost for everything is crazy. AI has come to the forefront, right? How do you see some of those things, high cost, artificial intelligence, either removing jobs or making things just that much faster? How do you see that all playing a role into what you're doing right now?
Etsy is with Chat GPT, and someone might type in birthday gift for 14-year-old girl, have it at my house, and they'll know your behavior and it'll show up. We're losing touch with having a conversation. Like you asked me to come in here, you could have easily said Zoom, but it's much better to read your body language and see what's going on. I think people will always crave like a human interaction. The world is changing incredibly fast. The internet didn't exist 30 years ago. So I don't know what the future has in store. All I know is our job is to connect consumers to merchants to have an experience that they feel good, they support a local consumer, support a local merchant or artisan, and they get a need filled. As long as we can fill a need efficiently and affordably at scale, I think we'll be just fine.
When you talk about certain areas that this wouldn't work in, right? Do you see, if your company gets as big as you've envisioned it, local businesses saying, well, okay, I didn't want to start my business because I had, Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target, etc. But now I've got this company, Trellus, that can serve me as a local business. Do you see that sparking communities?
Yeah.
That where all it is big box stores, where all of a sudden the little guy comes up out of nowhere?
Yes, and what's real? It's an interesting question because we've made it so you could have a home brick and mortar store, and we didn't want. I know how it works on Amazon and Google. Like you have to pay top dollar every day in an auction to be the first one to show up, which eats into your margins. They have all these algorithms. I didn't want to make it, like I said earlier, the Hunger Games, where only the strong survive. Because if you go on DoorDash, you're going to see Dick's, Home Depot, Target first, and then if you scroll all the way back, you'll see your local version of your local pet food store, and not Petco. The way we set it up is we geofence by distance. So if you sit here in Green Lawn or East Northport, the closest category on our platform will come to you. So the local pet food store in a shopping center a mile from here is on our platform. It's not going to be who pays the most. It'll be who's closest, so you'll have convenience. You will have places on our platform to advertise, to stick out and run specials, but by category, that's why the small business owner will love us, because if you're in Chicago at scale and somebody in, Champaign, Illinois wants to buy a blouse and have it delivered today, they're not going to get it from the Hamptons. They're going to get it from that store in Chicago. So yes, there's a real thoughtful process where scale is your friend. And the more businesses on here, the more opportunity there is to scroll and shop at really cool businesses you discover and not get the same Gap jeans, Abercrombie and Fitch.
Sure.
We're more of a curated experience, and you're only limited by your imagination. It is a massive market. Again, we're on a shoestring, millions of dollars, not billions of dollars building this out.
When you talk about the experience, the customer experience, right? I mean, the way these platforms have set up, they make it, so easy. It's to the point where and I'm guilty of it. Like if it doesn't even have like the Apple Pay function where, I don't even want to take out my credit card anymore. I'm like, too hard, right? What are you guys doing to make that experience so efficient and streamlined?
Again, Apple Pay, adding the ability to connect to your checkout to your bank account, like that takes time, energy, and money and interface. Right now, it's Stripe. We don't have those features. Again, we're not a billion-dollar company.
Sure.
We are convenient. You could buy anything you want in 2 or 3 clicks in our platform once you're signed up. On Amazon, you can do it in 1 click.
Yeah.
So people have gotten so jaded where they'll get to the cart. Oh, I have to put my address in because it's the first time. Well, Amazon has it already. Once you fill it in, it auto-populates. So that's a hurdle, even though it's under 5 seconds.
Of course.
It's what people are used to.
It's getting people to commit to this platform long term, because obviously somebody like myself, it's like, all right, well, if I'm going to keep using this platform, I'll put my address and my info in one time, no problem, but it's overcoming that mindset where people realize, they go into this and say, okay, Trellus, this is going to be something that I'm going to use day in and day out. Let me give them everything I need, and then I'm done.
Yeah, it's like how you sign up for Amazon. You just forget.
Yeah.
And they charge you $250 a year for your free delivery, by the way.
Yes, I know.
Most people just don't even remember. But you are literally helping your community, raising tax dollars because you're keeping the money local, helping your downtowns, helping your home values, and feeling good about supporting a small business. It's not a lot of effort. And once you go on there and see what you can get, you will keep coming back because every week we add thousands of new products. So it's discovering new items.
Awesome.
You'll feel good about it.
I can't wait to try it.
Oh, call your wife right now. She wants flowers, chocolates, and...
My wife will be your best customer, I can promise you, within a month's time.
BuyTrellus.com, BYTRELLUS.com. And I'm Adam Haber, and you want to email me, it's adam@buytrellis.com. I respond. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Okay, before we wrap this up, when you're talking about your vision, what do you hope? Again, e-commerce is something that is new to you in a sense. Obviously, you're a born entrepreneur, but this is a new venture for you. What do you hope your legacy is? Do you hope that legacy is in the e-commerce space, or do you want it to be more of an amalgamation of everything you've done?
Legacy's a narcissistic word.
Sure.
I mean, I do a lot of nonprofit work and charities, and stuff I'm really proud of. I'm part of the Hagedorn Little Village School Board. I'm part of something called All Hands and Hearts, which helps after disaster relief. It helps with disasters like Red Cross, very localized. I just want to help as many people as possible, and I've created something that adds value to their lives, making it faster, more efficient, and affordable on both the consumer, merchant end, and we're trying to be the highest paid gig driver network. When we do this regional delivery of heavier packages, we want to be double what a DoorDash driver would get, because if everybody's getting paid fairly, we don't need to make 80% of the sale like my son, as I told you earlier, get hosed over a variety of fees. We're happy taking 10% because we don't have inventory, we don't have warehouses, and it's highly scalable. So my goal, or legacy, I guess, for lack of a better term, is just to bring value to people's lives, and I really have fun doing it.
Awesome. Now, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
If you're not having fun in the business that you're in, then it may be time to look somewhere else.
Amen.
Amen. All right. Well, thank you so much. Before I just give my conclusion, I just wanted to have you throw any of the Instagram social handles for Trellus.
Well, again, the website is bytrellus.com, B as in boy, Y as in yes, TRELLUS. 516-578-1815. Text me. I will get back to you right away. I gave you my email. And the website is bytrellus.com. We're on Instagram. We're on LinkedIn. We have great social media presence. Please engage and participate and support your local businesses on Trellus.
Okay, and it's by Trellus is those handles.
Oh, by the Instagram is Trellus. It'll come. On the app is Trellus Local Delivered on both Apple and Android.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure.
Jeremiah, the pleasure was mine. Thank you.
So that's going to do it for the show today. Once again, my name is Jeremiah Dalton. I'm the host of the Long Island Legends podcast. I'm also the owner of Suffolk County House Buyers. So if you know someone that wants to sell their home on their terms, their timeline, their way, give us a call. SuffolkCountyHouseBuyers.com is our website, or you can call us at 631-333-SELL. And also bear in mind, if you know of someone, we pay referral fees anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. Thanks so much for watching.